I think, just from my experience, like a lot of young men coming into dance, I was very into sports, and I was doing figure skating, ice skating a lot as a young child, and then I became a little bit more disillusioned with sports and what that was, and the kind of the ethos of it. Not that I don't admire sports greatly, but personally I had a creativity that I needed to get out, and I had some really amazing teachers at school who kind of grabbed me at the right moment and really empowered me to kind of stick it through with dance, even though I was very bad for a long time, and really work at it, and understand that also dance is not something that you need to be gifted with, that it's actually something that you can train and you can become diligent and practiced. Of course there needs to be a passion and a fire inside of you, but it was really refreshing to have the right structure around me, the right people around me, especially those select teachers that kind of got me at that right age of disillusionment, and when I was kind of falling away from structures as a teenager, as we do, and to kind of trust in those people and get that trust received. So that launched me into the dance world, if you will, and then by chance I managed to get an audition at Laban, and I had no clue, I had no reference point of these schools or what they were, and I went along to the audition thinking, gosh, this is just a nice day out for me, and then they asked me to come back, I think because I was so unrefined, and then I did my 3 years there with little expectation and really, really enjoyed it. And then, like a lot of dancers, be thrown out into the professional world with kind of this feeling of like, how do I do this? And then luckily managed to jump on with companies and tour with a bunch of different companies, from real commercial stuff, from music videos, commercials, hip-hop theatre companies, and then coupling that with contemporary companies, and I played it with the game of versatility. So instead of becoming extremely good at one thing and one vocabulary, I thought, okay, I'm going to diversify and up my chances of really doing this and really making a living out of this as a job. So that's what I did, and then since 2012 up until 2017, I came to Yasmin Bardwin, and I auditioned here in this studio, and she liked me enough to take me into the company, and the rest is history. We made Medusa, and I'm currently learning Pinocchio and touring with Yasmin. So it's great.
I had actually a very steady progression through dance. In Australia, when we were young, we do sport every night of the week, so dance also came along with that as more fun on after school and to keep fit. And then when I moved back to England, I didn't really find the contemporary was so accessible for me. So I sought out a youth dance company that I joined, and I had 2 years there, so it got me into the mindset of going into professional dance, rather than it just be for fun and a hobby. And then a lot of the dances were going on to schools, and then it kind of got me thinking that I'd also want to do that. So after doing the few years in the youth company, I auditioned for Laban, did 3 years at Laban, and then afterwards wanted to progress into a more physical theatre side of who I was. I wanted to push what I already had to a whole new level. So joining JB2, which is Yasmin's postgraduate course, we were able to work with Yasmin, work in the exact way that the company works, and so not only did that push who I was, it taught me how to dance within a company, because of course you're not just one lone dancer, trying to be the best. You have to work as a company. So I found that was the best thing that JB2 taught me. Whilst I was still in JV2, I was understudying for a role in Pinocchio, which I then performed and then joined for the Medusa creation.
Lovely.